Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. Welcome to the new moon in Cancer reading. The new moon is happening on Monday, July 17th at 2:23 p.m. Eastern Time Zone in the U.S. It's happening in New Zealand on the 18th. So be sure to check the time zone calculator to see what time it is happening in your part of the world. It is an interesting moon. It's setting up another one of those really long cycles. Oh, it's setting up some long cycle. Take us through the end of the decade. So this is an opportunity to really plant the seed. The moon is in trine, which is a nice easy flow of energy with your sign and particularly with Neptune in your sign at this time. Neptune is currently in retrograde and it's going to move back to being in an exact trine with this energy over the course of the rest of this year. And so there's a lot around. What do you really want to do? What are your dreams? What are your hopes? What would you like to change, to have, to bring forward into your life? What do you want to commit to? So with this energy here, you have let's see what's happening here. You have the overall energy of the ring. Okay, it's about a commitment. This commitment could be actually a marriage partner thing, 100%. That could be that. But it's some kind of a contract. It's committing either in your heart space to something that is a change you want to make, something you want to bring in. It could be committing to a relationship. It could be committing to a place that you want to live, although I'm not really seeing that here. It could have to do with a career move that you want to commit to, a shift or a change in direction that you want to go in, because the key to the situation is the fox, and the fox is about strategy. To me, this is very much a work, career, business card, and so that's the key here. It's going to be important to be, what's the word? In coherence with your heart. Okay, so as you're strategizing, does it make sense? Is it relating to what's going on in your heart space? It is going to be something that is going to take time to bring it in. First off, it's a long cycle of the moon, but also you have Saturn in your sign is retrograding all the way back to 0 degrees, and then it's going to start forward again. And Saturn's in your sign for about the next 2 years. And so that really makes a lot of sense with what's happening here on what I'm looking at. So the transformation, we have the stork. It is a long awaited change. There's 2 little storks. Okay, so there's 2 adult storks and there's 2 baby storks here. And so I get the number 4 of stability in this change, but I also have there's a maturing phase to it, and then there's a new phase that's also beginning. And so this change is maybe moving from one thing that you're doing and into something else, but it's almost like it's birthing it. It's coming from something that you're currently doing, and then it's allowing it to grow and to mature. There's an expansive energy here. So it's about roots and wings. That's super interesting. Roots and wings. So it's about grounding yourself. It's about manifesting by really setting your roots down, grounding, committing to a process, but also how can you spread out? How can you branch out into something that is it's adjacent, but it also gives you a lift in something. So we have the tree here in what you're seeking knowledge about, and so the tree could be around a health matter. So maybe it's about committing to a change that allows you to be more healthy, to feel better, to just in general, in all aspects of your life, feel much more in control of what's going on. But it could also be about your financial health. It could be about your mental, emotional, spiritual health. Spiritual health does show up a little bit here. It has to do with feeling, it could have to do with family matters. Although, it could have to do with family matters when we're looking at the stork here also, but the tree, it's like the family tree, right? I hadn't noticed this before. This tree has not a bird, but it has a butterfly on it. So it is a very physical kind of transformation that's going on. It has this this hourglass energy, but it's like the 8. It's like the infinity symbol too. And so it is something that is going to transform something in the physical, so not so much spiritual, right? So this is around a career move, Could be around expanding your family. But there is a commitment that is needed from you. A commitment from you to go forward on this journey. In the area of the mice, the anxiety, we have the snake. Okay, so the snake could mean a lot of things. But in this particular case, if you have a snake and you have mice, I feel like there is an anxiety, a fear around, I'm going to call it the boogeyman, whatever that boogeyman energy is for you. It's like there's something lurking in the background of your mind that is generating some kind of fear or anxiety, either that you're not good enough, you're not capable enough, that if you step out onto this path, you won't be supported. You know, do I have all my ducks in a row? Am I safe and secure? It feels like something around a safety net, and you're afraid that there's not enough protection, because in the area of the mountain we have the safe protection of the tower, but this is the part where you're finding the obstacle. And so it's about, do you feel safe? Do you feel protected? Do you feel secure in what it is you're doing? And are you taking a high enough vantage point to look at the situation? Because these storks are on the ground. Where are they on the ground? No, they're not. They're up in the tree limb. There's a mountain in the background. The view. There's a need for a more expansive view. Somehow you're not seeing the whole picture, and it could be because your fears and your anxieties around something, around change. Sometimes it's around change, is somehow holding you back. And so the strategy is the key. Having a strategy, but this strategy has to be heart-centered. It needs to be around something you truly want to do, because this is in the area of the heart. It's not up in your thoughts. It's not in your actions. It's in your heart. And so the strategy has to be heart-based. It's about making moves and decisions based on what feels right, what feels comfortable, what really excites you, what are you passionate about. Sometimes the snake can be about the Kundalini energy rising. It could be about transformation, but because it's in the house of the mice, and the mice show up over here with the lily. Okay, again, the lily can be about sexuality, so it could be this creative, the Kundalini energy could be sexuality, but it also could be the creative flow of energy, and you're not really sure, and you're not really trusting in it, so it could be that, or it could be around purely being very anxious, and there's an opportunity here to heal your anxiousness and feel safe and secure in the process of it. The action to take is to be open to receiving. So, what are you receiving? It depends, I think, on your situation. But whatever you will receive, if you can trust that you will receive what you need from the universe in order to progress forward, becomes very important. So a new moon is when the sun conjuncts the moon, okay? And you have the sun and the moon here in the future. So this, to me, this says that this new moon is very important in the future, right? And this moon right here shows, it's got like this tree with this dragon wrapped around it. It's got a crescent moon, and it's got like a pocket watch like your grandfather would have worn, you know. And so this is about divine timing. It is about working with the phases and the energy, but it's in the heart space. And so maybe you aren't quite ready to commit in the heart to the strategy of what it is, that this long-awaited change that you're trying to make. And then we have the sun, which is also about cycles, and this has a clock in the middle of it also. And so these are both about cycles. They're both about timing. This is in the area of resources. So this tells me that financially, career-wise, whatever this move is, the sun is shining on it, and there's a cycle to it. And so that portends, that says that in the future there will be a lot of abundance coming in through the area of resources. And in the moon, it is about being emotionally balanced and working with your energy. Now, in the tarot, they often assign the moon card right to your sign. And so I feel like this is about you staying in your energy, So you have the initiate. Something new is beginning. An opportunity is coming in. a new start. You will notice that she looks like she's standing in a lava flow. And so again, we come back to there's a lot of fiery energy here, right? So there's something new that has a chance to really grow for you, creative, energetic flow, but the strategy is going to come through the heart space. You can't over analyze this. This is one where you really want to use your intuition, um, and intuitively find your way forward. Acknowledge what you do not know and learn with a beginner's mind so you can become accepted as an authority one day. So part of the strategy is knowing what it is that you want to do. Figure out what it is that you want to do and then study it. Because that authority that you have is going to open doors for you, right? When you're the person who understands some aspect of the business or whatever creative thing you're working on, when you totally get the nuts and bolts of it and you can have that conversation with others and it inspires confidence. And this card is a card of confidence. Resources is time, money, the ability to teach, mentorship, and of course energy, just energy in general to go. Those are your resources that you have. And when the sun is shining there and she's standing in this lava flow, the more information that you have, the more the doors open for you, the more attractive of a candidate you are for if you're starting a business, for someone to want, oh, why am I doing that? That wants to do business with you. Oh, that's the right one. Oh, you have integration. The spider web. Okay. So this has the moon up here. So this is your intuition. This has the heart here. This is the heart here. So your intuition, listening to your heart. You have the acorn. The acorn represents squirreling stuff away, right? Don't use all of your resources in one place. And so this is this is using your resources wisely, your time, your money, your talent, your treasure, right? Everything. And then we have the ship, which is about movement forward. This is all connected. And then here we have the butterfly. The butterfly looks very similar in color to the butterfly that's on the tree. And so there is some kind of, to me, a butterfly is about a physical change, and there is time, right? There's the time that it spends in the chrysalis. But first, before it goes into the chrysalis, it devours as much food as it can. And in your case, that food is knowledge. So going to school for free on YouTube if there's something you want to know, doing your own research that way, community college, maybe you could take a weekend event where they're doing some kind of a certification that helps you with your business. There's something about this where the more you know, the more you will grow. Oh, really? I was going to say earn. All right, there you go. So that growth, they're showing me stature. They're like showing me, like, you know, when Alice in Wonderland takes a bite out of the mushroom and she grows super big. It's like the bigger your footprint becomes. You shine out like the sun is very it draws and attracts, but also you become large and in charge in your field. So if you're starting a new business, the more you know about it, the bigger a footprint you're going to have in that industry. Super interesting. Wow. Okay, Pisces. So, knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. And I think the more that you know, the less you worry about the anxieties, the boogeyman, everything that helps to heal that and creates a sense of confidence. So this being open to receiving, it almost feels like being open to receiving information, learning, mentorship from somebody. This card has shown up many times today. I really love it, especially for a full moon. I mean, a new moon. So we have the sun rising over the beach here and this big, huge boardwalk going down into it. And it says, and so it's opening up onto like a large body of water like the ocean or maybe a Great Lake or something. But it says, may you start as if you've already begun. So the more you know, the more you will grow, right? But don't wait until you have all the information. Go ahead and get started now and move toward this thing that you want to do. Commit to it in your heart space. The strategy is going to come through your heart. May you begin as if, may you start as if you've already begun. So that is using your self-confidence and your awareness of the situation. There is nothing, there is no substitute for experience or information, knowledge. Knowledge is power. All right, Pisces, this is super exciting energy. Woo, love it. All right, I'm on Facebook every day. I work with, working with Venus right now. She's moving through Leo. It's about self-confidence and self-power and really empowering ourselves to do things. Really get into the astrology over there with the daily astrology. And I am available for readings right now. The information on how to contact me is in the description box below. You guys take great care. Leave me a comment and let me know what you're doing. This is pretty exciting stuff. All right, you take care. Talk to you soon.